Hello everyone, this is Javamonk, and welcome to episode 44 of my survival series. So, in this episode, we're going to work on a mob farm. So, the reason is, I'm not exactly scraping up gunpowder, but these fireworks are running out. Plus, I do have a witch farm to supply gunpowder and stuff like that. However, for things like spider eyes, the witches don't produce all that much, and also AFKing at the witch farm it doesn't produce as big of a variety of actual usable materials as a general mob farm. For example, I can get bones and arrows from skeletons, and also, let's see, spiders, they drop string, and they are really kind of the only source of string that is available. Spiders and cave spiders. Also, having a general mob farm is pretty nice to have. Although, the more I say it, the less of a need I see of an actual general mob farm. And as I was pondering what to do next, I walked past this thing. This cave spider spawner that's been here ever since I came down here. Plus, yeah, we got extra mine shaft to explore and basically conquer, because I'm pretty sure I haven't taken over this entire area. Got the secret room there, and let's see. Is there anything worthwhile to loot in here? Probably not. Although there is this ravine, and in fact, over here is a zombie. In here is my skeleton farm. So let me see. All I gotta do to enter is break the gravel, and then I can block myself off like this. There we go. Now I have a chest for general stuff, and also I have storage for bones and arrows and stuff like that. So looks like this thing hasn't been run very much, and I can definitely see why. And I think the reason why is because the oh, okay. So the spiders are dying, alright, but I certainly don't see a hopper minecart around here. Now, why is that? That's pretty bizarre. Hang on. Let me see what happened to this hopper minecart here. Oh boy. I'm betting that since I keep unloading and loading this area back up, yeah, that's what I thought. So now, really the only way to actually get that hopper minecart moving again is to either push it, which I can do pretty easily. Just gotta get in here. Move. Thank you. Now let me out. Thank you. Okay. Elytras are awesome. It looks like I still have the effect from the speed beacon above. Okay, so that's not a big deal. So having a general purpose mob farm just isn't all that useful, because I already get the materials via specialized farms. Except for string. And so I'm thinking we could make a spider farm this episode. And also, I don't need more rotten flesh. I already get plenty from the zombie pigment farm if I ever decide to actually unplug that system and start collecting rotten flesh. But getting string is quite difficult to do, and in fact it was incredibly difficult to do in episode 42 when I had to craft over 1,000 dispensers. And let me tell you, nothing's more painful than having to craft dispensers, because dispensers are quite possibly the most difficult thing to craft. I don't mean resource-wise, they're just incredibly tedious. The main ingredient there is a bow, and bows can't stack. So yeah, it just sucks. Okay, so let me get back to the cave spider spawner, and we can get to work on building that cave spider farm. Ooh, and there's some iron that I missed. There's another cave spider spawner nearby, isn't there? Jeez, that guy made me jump. And bang my legs on the desk. Wow, I don't think I've been jump scared that hard in a very long time. So where's that other cave spider spawner? I'm guessing there's another one nearby, because I very vaguely remember seeing one back in episode 6 when I last explored this place. Let's see, there's some iron up there. We could just ender pearl up there. Okay. Yeah, that kind of stunt would not have been very easy to do back in episode 6. Because first off, I didn't have the kind of ender pearls that I could just throw around whenever I wanted to. Didn't have enough ender pearls. Certainly didn't have an enderman farm. And yet I still die from creepers. And vexes. Okay. Here we go. I guess there's a ceiling view of the secret room. And yeah. Let me just collect the rest of these cobwebs, and then I'm thinking we could use the standard spawner-based design for a cave spider spawner. So basically exactly the same as the skeleton farm, except for cave spiders. That will work, right? I think. Possibly. I hope. So here's the creative mode test for a super duper simple cave spider magma block based cave spider spawner farm. And it looks like it's working. The spiders aren't attempting to climb up the walls or anything like that. And also, the initial design, I built this magma block platform about 10 blocks lower, and the cave spiders were dying from fall damage. So I don't need them to die from fall damage. I'd prefer if they died from magma block damage. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, it would actually make sense for them to die from fall damage, because then I won't have to deal with the fact that if I... Okay. So very peculiar property about magma blocks is that if I break a block out here, there's going to be light spilling out all over the place and nothing is going to spawn. Now the peculiar property of magma blocks is that the light is maintained inside the blocks. In fact, they probably messed up the blocks down here too. So, and the only way to actually reset the fact that these magma blocks store the light levels inside them, the only way to reset them is to break them and replace them. Or I think they also get reset if you move them with a piston. I think so. Let's test that. Yeah. Okay, so moving them with a piston and also breaking them manually will both reset the light levels, except I'd much rather not have to do that. I'd rather not have to do that every single time that, well, constantly actually, because the inside of the area next to the cave spider spawner is completely lit up, and so having magma blocks as the killing mechanism is going to be problematic. And to fix that, I think we can just have I think we'll be just fine in just having these cave spiders fall on top of a surface. So now all I have to do is just build this exact mechanism, except without iron blocks, possibly out of gold blocks or stone. In fact, most likely whatever ground material is there. I'm just going to build a spawner out of that. I'm just going to dig a big hole underneath the cave spider spawner that is currently right next to the bulk storage. Oh dear. This isn't going to work at all. In fact, this is so not going to work. You know, because only half the spawn is going to be actually active. And last I checked, these things can't be moved by pistons. Let me check that, though. It's been a while since I've had to deal with spawners. So let's see. I'll just take that up to the mansion. But let's see here. Can spawners be moved by pistons? Let's test it. Okay. Make that twitch. No. Oh, brother. Well then. That settles it. That settles it for the fate of that spawner. I'm going to do something that would be considered a cardinal sin of Minecraft. One of many cardinal sins. I'm very sorry. We hardly knew ye. Yep. That spawner was not going to work for what we wanted to do at all. But there are a couple other cave spider spawners around the area. In fact, I know at least one of them. One other cave spider spawner. Which, that is what I'm going to make use of. So there's no longer going to be a cave spider spawner there. But I do believe there is one somewhere here. Oop, cobweb. I'm not sure what I'm going to use these cobwebs for. I might use them for something eventually. I don't know what. Got some iron here. This iron always comes in helpful. Comes in use. In fact, sometime I should probably build an iron farm. Okay. Now, where's that other cave spider spawner? Because I know there was a cave spider. Okay. There it is. There it is. I found it. Alright. Cave spiders in the spawner. These cave spiders will be farmed for their string, as well as spider eyes. But mainly for string. So, at the moment, they are not spawning because there's water covering up all their spawnable spots, which is good. I intend to keep it that way until I am actually ready to activate the spawner. So, for now, that water is actually going to be kind of a pain to have to deal with while building. So, I'm going to do something incredibly stupid, but also needed. I'm going to remove the water, and things are gonna go nuts. There's still water here. Okay. Outside of the fact that there's water everywhere, this shouldn't be too difficult to build. Once again, famous last words. I seem to say that a lot. And then 3 hours later, the project is only halfway done and I'm out of time. That's what usually ends up happening whenever I say that this shouldn't take too long. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yikes! Uh-oh. Aw, crap. Ender pearls are awesome, aren't they? Yeah. That was... I don't want to do that again. Okay. So, I broke Minecraft rule number 1. Never dig straight down or up. I broke it, and I paid for it. Okay. Let's get back to the bulk storage room and get some ice so that I can then cover up that... Or maybe just get some gravel. Got plenty of this stuff. Let's first get this iron. There we go. Okay, we'll We are, seems like we're quite literally right next to the storage room, except we can't exactly access it from this point. Oh boy. Okay. I think maybe we just mine to this wall. We should be able to get there. Oh, come on. It's right up here, right? Oh, brother. Okay. That was not a very good start to the plan for this episode. And here I was thinking that maybe I would have to search for another project to do, but already this cave spider spawner project is taking a while. Okay, just put away the stuff. Now let's see. Let's just get some gravel here, because I got plenty of the stuff. I have about 2 double chests full of gravel, on top of the 135 shulker boxes full. So, yeah, I think we're good on gravel. Sure hope so, anyways. Okay, here we are. Let's just jump straight down here. Okay, where's the cave spider spawner? Where is it? It's around here somewhere. Oh, brother. Did I just get lost again? There it is. Okay. And there's the lava right underneath it. Okay. Down we go. And now let's just block off this lava before it causes any more trouble. Here we go. Nice and easy. Just gotta place a bunch of gravel and remove this lava lake once and for all. I think what's going to be a bigger challenge is having to deal with these water streams constantly pushing me. But even that shouldn't be too big of a deal, because that can always be covered up or bucketed. Okay. And this lava lake is almost gone. And now it's gone. Sweet. Except it continues. Okay. Let's just get rid of this thing. This is just gonna get in the way. Here we go. So right now I am clearing out all of the water in this area of the mine shaft because it's just gonna cause problems. It has been causing problems ever since episode 6. So it's just, it needs to go away. All this water just go away. There. Still not going? There. Now it's going away. Okay. Where else is there water? Over there. Alright, time to remedy that. Except that, yep, there's water over here. Okay, that's fixed. And this lava here, just don't need it. There we go. So now all the water is going away, and we can finally get to work on actually building the cave spider spawner. Dude. Thank you. Okay. Let's try to get those cobwebs. There we go. Okay. Now that there's no more water here, I can now freely move around. Finally. I think we should remove this lava lake as well. Also, it's a nice source of obsidian. Okay, so after a very long time, I now have a hole dug out. It actually wasn't all that long, but it sure feels that way. So now I'm trying to repair the holes in the roof and stuff so that nothing can sneak up on me, except for spiders that randomly spawn from that spawner there. And with that, this entire chamber is pretty much sealed off except for down there. It's not sealed off down there because I want to actually get access to the area below there so that I can place the minecart rails to actually pick up the items. There's just one teensy weensy problem with that. And I can just find that teensy weensy problem there. Bedrock. We're so deep in the earth that bedrock will start randomly generating. And that's bad news, because that means we're going to have to break some bedrock in order to actually fit this in. But that's not too big of a deal. After all, I have duplicated about 4 stacks of dragon eggs, so if I really wanted to, I could just break out the entire floor with dragon eggs, except that would be super inefficient and absolutely unnecessary. But anyways, that cave spider spawner is working, even though I haven't yet put in the infrastructure to actually deal with the drops. Spawner's disabled at this depth. Interesting. Okay, now it's re-enabled. Okay. That's pretty interesting. So, the depth at which the spawner is active is lower or higher than the depth needed in order to kill off these cave spiders. Very interesting. And as you saw, the cave spiders do indeed die from this drop. See? Dead spider. So, any cave spiders that do spawn from that spawner will immediately die, assuming I don't go climbing up there, and assuming that those cave spiders don't spawn directly on the block that I'm building on, just like that other spider just did. So now I gotta break this pillar. Lovely. Here we go. See, that's the thing. This project was supposed to be easy, but it's turning out to be a lot more difficult than I initially expected. Okay, there's a whole bunch of spiders, and I want to rescue that twitch. There we go. And there's an enderman. Nope, that's an endermite. Good. Okay, time to put in the minecart stuff. The minecart infrastructure. And I might have to break some bedrock along the way. The bedrock is broken, so now all I have to do is lay out a whole bunch of rails and powered rails in order to have a hopper minecart system just running back and forth along these blocks to pick up any items that come by. And then I can just lay out a stone platform for the spiders to drop down on, and then the project is complete. Okay, so looks like the actual powering of the redstone of the powered rails is going to be a bit more difficult with all this bedrock that I don't want to break, because I had enough of breaking bedrock for now. So I'm only going to break bedrock if it is absolutely in the way of what I'm trying to do, which it did, and the amount that I already broke was in fact in my way, so I broke it, and with dragon eggs, of course, because really the other way of doing it, which was shown off in episode 11, that was really the last. Well, the time before that was the only time after that I used the headless piston method was probably 23 or something like that. That was a pain, so I don't want to use that method ever again. Instead, dragon eggs do the job, and they do it quite well. Okay, good. That redstone block is enough to power the rails. And there we go. So now we have the infrastructure to actually collect all the drops that come out of the spider spawner. So now we can just put in this layer here. It's so nice that the spawner is deactivated because I don't actually have to deal with any spiders dropping on top of me. Not like that's a bad thing in this situation, because if they were dropping down on me, they would die on impact of any surface that I put on here. So it really isn't too big of a deal. Here we go. Okay. Now we're going to need to get a little bit creative because I'm on layer 3, and even if I did break the bedrock, needed to put in a hopper minecart unloader, it would still it physically would not fit in this world. So, to fix that, we're going to need to divert these rails just a little bit to a high enough location where I can unload them. Okay, so now time to break this redstone ore that I was using to mark where the surface of the farm should be. Here we go. Now I gotta bring this up to where I can build a hopper minecart unloading system, which would be right about here. This should be high enough up. Here we go. Okay, now it's time to build a hopper minecart unloader. I forgot how these things are built. Hey, spiders. There we go. Was if I actually power the rails. It's so nice to have a redstone shulker box that I was not using for the resources in the 3D printer. This shulker box was completely untouched while I was gathering resources for the 3D printer. And I'm fairly happy I did that, because at the moment the resources from the printer, at least the redstone related ones, are all packed into these 3 shulker boxes. So if I run out of materials here, then that is not a big deal at all. Okay, need some comparators. So I built this up. It's been a while since I've built one of these mechanisms. But the idea originally came from Impulsesv, and if I can find the video, I'll link it in the description. But the idea is pretty simple. So right here, you just need a torch, block, and another block, and then powered rail. There we go. So here's the idea. A hopper minecart is empty. It goes down through along the surface and then comes back up on this rail, and now it is full of items. So as soon as it comes up to here, it starts depositing items. So this rail is off while the hopper minecart is depositing its items. And then once the hopper minecart is full, aka items stop flowing through that hopper, which is detected by the comparator underneath this repeater, then as you can see right there, the items are unloaded and the hopper minecart is on its way again. Nice and simple, and it is infinitely expandable, which is unnecessary, but still pretty cool. Radio. Now we need to hook up this hopper line with the bulk storage. Oh boy. Okay, so the destination in the bulk storage is a dropper in the middle of the glass chute in the middle of the bulk storage. And that dropper is located at the coordinates 225552. Quite possibly the easiest coordinates ever to remember. So now we just gotta build this hopper line that goes all the way to those coordinates. Chances are that the dropper is not actually located this low in the world, so I'm just gonna need to build my own dropper system, which is not a big deal. We are above the bedrock levels, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Although last time I said that, I pretty much cursed myself to a 3-hour project. So let's go. Okay, So at first I thought we actually made it to the bottom of the bulk storage room, and in fact started building out tunnels and almost started building up the redstone contraption, except the coordinates are 225,552, not 525. Sometimes there are days when I don't know, I infuriate myself sometimes. And this is one of those circumstances. Oh boy. Yeah, that's much more like it. Those, I believe, nope, those are the pistons. Those are the pistons for the bulk storage room, which means, and this is the mine shaft on one of the edges. I don't quite remember which edge, but that means that the center is this way. Not entirely sure which center, or which edge I'm currently at, but it's probably okay. There's some redstone right there. Marvelous. Digging up all sorts of good ores here. No diamonds, but I wasn't exactly expecting to find any diamonds. Okay, here we are. 225,552. Hey, would you look at that? Okie dokie. So that's the dropper that I just placed there, just out of the blue, figured basically marking underground where the center of the bulk storage room is. And this is the exact center of the glass pillar in the bulk storage room, in the middle of the bulk storage room, which I'll show that to you once I finish building up this mechanism. So what we need here is an auto dispensing circuit, and I figured there's no need to make a piston powered auto dispensing circuit. I'm just gonna make a average Joe, not too big of a deal dispensing circuit. So here we go. It's nice and simple. Here we go. In fact, this circuit was used in a 3D printer. Fun fact. Only problem with this is that I can't just dig out this block and put redstone over it, because then every single item that comes out of this dropper is going to spill out onto this block. So to fix that, I just got to do that, except that's going to self-power itself. I suppose I can just go this way. Yeah. That sounds like a smarter idea. You just power that, and looks like I'm gonna... Yeah, that should work. Okay. Okay, looks like it's working. Not the fastest thing in the world, but neither is the spider spawner. And while sure I could use some Ilmango overpowered spider spawner that I'm sure it exists. Well, if it doesn't exist, it will soon. It's kind of unnecessary based on the uses I have for strain. The only times when I really need strain is when I need several thousand of it right now. And since I AFK quite a bit, that's not too difficult to gather, even on relatively slow farms. Okay, and this will officially be the first hopper stream to connect up directly to the bulk storage system. Alright, let's just get these hoppers all the way back. I probably don't have too far to go. I hope I don't have too far to go, because these are the only hoppers I have at the moment. Okay, it's nice and bright. And there's the hoppers over the lava pit. Yep, perfect. Okay. Beautiful. Let's just put all the stuff away. Okay. Nice spider death sounds. Let's see. Now what I need is a hopper minecart. So let's see. There's a hopper. All we need now is a minecart. Do I have one in the redstone too? That wasn't what I wanted to place. Of course not. Although, I do have iron in my general purpose shulker box. Right here, in fact. Okay. We can just craft the minecart right here. Because I also have a crafting table, which should... Okay, good. I do have crafting tables in the general purpose shulker box. Okay. Cool. Nice and easy. Let's put the rest of the iron back in the general purpose. And put the general purpose back into the ender chest. There we go. And now we have a hopper minecart that we can send on its way. And since spiders have been dying, it's also a good test to see if the bulk storage room works and also if this spider farm works. I'm going to follow with my camera account. Okay, the items just finished being dispensed out of that dropper, so they should be, here they are, coming up the glass chute and whizzing along the sorting systems. Super laggy because of all these chests. And it should be filtered out. Okay, I think that was the strain filter that made it disappear like that. Let's check. Okay, here's the chest for strain. And there should be a hopper right here with a little bit more strain than just one. Okay, sweet. So once that hopper gets actually to... Once there's 41 items in this hopper here, 41 string items, then it will function as a proper sorter. Sweet. I guess all that's left to do now is AFK at the cave spiders spawner. That's really all that's left to do. Oh, and one thing I failed to mention last episode is that I mined down the entire 3D printer using my fortune pickaxe. So now I have oodles of cobblestone, and my stone supplies are running a bit low, which is pretty much unheard of, because I mine pretty much all stone with my silk touch pickaxe, which gives me the stone items its own stone items themselves. But yeah, the fortune pick, I used that to mine all of the 3D printer, so now I have oodles of cobblestone, which means now I should have no problem crafting things like pistons and dispensers and stuff like that, and droppers. So while I'm putting stuff away, I'd like to discuss a few things. For example, the upcoming Minecraft update, which what was update 1.13 and what was 1.14 are being merged into just 1.13. Now, in episode 36, when I built the giant end Zamboni, I told everybody and outright announced it that I was not going to update to 1.13. This was back before Mojang announced that the two are being merged. So this world is going to be upgraded to the update aquatic, or the update, what will be update 1.13. Now, this is pretty cool. I'm super excited for update 1.14. However, at the same time, I was also kind of disappointed. But I do understand why there are so many time restrictions. After all, I'm under quite a few time restrictions with making these episodes, so I totally understand. One thing I'm really excited about with the update aquatic is the ability to make custom recipes, and also to load those custom recipes into data packs. Now, this is exciting, first off because I can actually customize the world so much more than I used to be able to. And that I'm mainly going to use that in an upcoming adventure map making series. But one reason why this is so exciting for me, for survival purposes, is that I can finally figure out what to do with dispensers. Rather than making them craftable with unstackable bows, which makes crafting loads of them just beyond a pain, What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the recipe so that rather than crafting dispensers with unstackable bows, that recipe is still going to be in place, but my proposed change for dispensers and their crafting recipe is going to look a little bit like the same, basically the same items. Same resources are required, except they're going to be crafted a bit like this. And there's going to be a dropper in the middle here. So, and droppers are crafted with 7 cobblestone and 1 redstone. So, it'll just make the crafting recipe so much easier to do, and just the dispenser will be tons easier to craft. Even though I already have several thousand dispensers. Right then, another recipe change I'd like to make is one that has to do with shulker boxes. As shown in episode 42, why did I just cut those into redstone blocks? So, as shown in episode 42, Future Javamonk took away all 9,000 shulker boxes that were used in the 3D printing project. And now I have to, upon 1.13 arriving, I'm going to need to find a way to actually store it all. And there is no way, absolutely no way, I'm going to be able to put 9,000 shulker boxes into the storage system. It'll take up 2, maybe 3 of these silos, and I'm not about to sacrifice that. So, and also you can't put shulker boxes inside of shulker boxes. So, to fix this, I'm thinking for the recipe change, I can change the recipe of shulker boxes just as soon as I get out of this place. As I was saying, I can craft shulker boxes into player heads. Now, why player heads? The point of being able to do this is that recrafting the shulker boxes is it is a stackable. It's a stackable item that is mistake proof. So originally I was gonna craft them into recipe books because the other requirement is that they are unobtainable in survival mode. Because if I crafted shulker boxes into something like purple carpet, then that means the opposite is true, that purple carpet can be crafted into shulker boxes, and that's just I'm not gonna put up with that. That is just too cheaty. So, player heads, however, are stackable and they are unobtainable in survival mode. Plus, if I accidentally place one, then oh well, I can just break it. And hopefully, I'll actually be able to craft shulker boxes into those player heads. And also possibly use those player heads as decoration, so I could be decorating with shulker boxes. A bit unique. If possible, I might have the shulker boxes be crafted into player heads with my face on it. That'd be quite interesting. But that's the basic idea, and that's gonna make it so that I can actually craft or be able to store 9,000 shulker boxes. All right, so those are my proposed changes, and hope you're not too angry by them. Also, do give me suggestions on what else I can do. So I'm not going to make a recipe that says turn 1 gold nugget into a diamond block, 64 diamond blocks. I'm not about to do that. But practical things like turning shulker boxes into player heads or turning and stuff like that. Those are the sorts of recipe changes that I want to make. Okay, looks like all the iron is down in the storage system. But anyways, with that out of the way, I'd like to say thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and Let me know of what recipe changes you would like me to make, if at all. And I will see you next Saturday. Bye.